peace. I have a perspective. Do you ever realize, like, throughout life, before you're awake to your faith or your sixth sense or whatever you want to express it as, that even though you were walking blindly, you were still led and protected through the trials and tribulations to get you to an awakened spot, trusting yourself. So once you awake, it's like, is it really harder, or do we kind of get like tripped up in our mind because we're so awake? It almost can make you paranoid because you, at one point of transition, you don't want to go back and make the same mistake. So you're aware, like, of your red flags and everyone else's. But do you see how that is like a worry? And if you're truly in your faith, you can be in every single moment knowing that everything you did is what it's supposed to be, where you're meant to be, and have that faith that you have done what you needed to do. And not to worry, oh no, someone's going to come along my path and do this. No, like, I got it. I got it. Like, I got faith. It's going to work out. Like a job, situation with your kids, anything. Like, you do your best to discern and to let go, but not to worry. In a sense, you could call that a demon or a really low negative vibration, but it's like that last lingering one, like, don't worry. Because for myself, like, like, I've heard the expression, like, like, even like with money or whatever, the more you make, the more demons. I don't even know how it says. But what I'm thinking is, for one, when you build your house, like your internal self, stay humbled. You don't really have more problems. The only problem you have is your ego and thinking you're better because you got to some place and not seeing everyone for what place on their journey they're in. And for another, like, when, like, 'cause I've been doing like so good, like, I got tripped up again. I'm like, dang, Brittany, like, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I've gotten, more income and, like, you say more responsibilities. It's just because I'm awake to the stuff and I'm aware and I'm making conscious and sometimes logical, reasonable, and sometimes just like, screw it, we'll just, let the universe take over and do it. Decisions which had made me a little bit worried and stressed. And I'm like, Brittany, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know if you get me, but to be aware of not being worried when you are awake to everything and you are in control of your sixth sense and, your environment, and realizing it. It's not to be worried and think everything's going to get you. It's to know and have faith that you got it no matter what comes at you. You know you won't do that. And if you do, there's no good or bad. There's always just a lesson. But yeah, like, if you, in a sense, stay humble or, stay understanding and, are able to release and walk away from things, it's fine. Because that's what I, like, currently just realized for myself. And I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, like, I'm worried about what's next instead of letting it just be, because I've been blind a lot of my life and now I'm awake and now I see, like that saying. And it's like, I see what can and cannot do. Before, like, ignorance is bliss vibe, and I still made it, but I wasn't so aware of my intentions. Like, you get the difference? But I just kind of going in circles, but it's like, it's pretty awesome just to fully walk in faith and know each and every moment you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're right where you're supposed to be, and to give it to God or universe or whatever way you want to express it, and just know, hey, I'm going to keep positive, keep my intentions right, be aware, discern. Being positive all the time is, even when, like, shit hits the fan, you find the blessing in it. I mean, don't mean you won't feel down for a minute, but you got to feel that way to find the blessing too. Like, but yeah. So, in short, have faith and know what's meant to be will be, and it might not be what you expect. It'll be probably better than you expected, and it might come in a form that doesn't seem like so, like, bright and shiny, but it's what's for you. I don't know.